Ta-da! No pick and place machine! It's gone. Bye-bye S1, it was nice knowing you. Pity we couldn't, work out our troubles. Anyway, I tried fixing it. I worked with Neoden, I worked with EMLogic. We gave it a last hurrah on Wednesday and Thursday, but I couldn't take the actual fixing any further because something that Neoden wanted me to try out I just couldn't do. I couldn't loosen a particular screw on the machine. I know that sounds crazy. One little tiny screw prevented me from taking it further, but I didn't want to risk damaging the screw or the camera mount that I was trying to unscrew at the time. And we all just thought it would be better if I packed it all back up and sent it back to EMLogic, and they are going to try to work on the machine and fix it. But that leaves me with no pick and place machine and no idea what I'm going to do. Still frustrating. But I have all this free space in my office now. Wonder what I could use it for. So as most of you know, it's been a pretty frustrating 10 days for me. Spending 10 days working on a machine that I shouldn't have to spend any time on was, annoyingly frustrating. But it's just the circumstances right now. There's no ability to send an engineer out to look at the machine on my premises with the lockdown. There's obviously interstate lockdown, there's global lockdown, so there was no other options other than me attempting to fix the machine. Look, there's just too much wrong with it. We got some things fixed. We managed to get the conveyor aligned, mostly aligned and working, which reduced a lot of the noise. I identified that it was vacuum pump number 1, or vacuum pump for head number 1, that was causing all that racket. The vacuum pump for 2, 3 and 4 weren't making any noise when there was full suction or no suction, but vacuum pump number 1, well, it kind of sounded like as you all heard, and then when I put my finger under it to get the suction, to see how good the suction was, it went which, just like I'm annoying you right now with this sound, it was annoying the heck out of me. But I identified it, vacuum pump for number 1. I have no idea how they're going to be able to fix it. They might have to just replace the whole vacuum board. It's like 4 vacuum pumps on one big board that slides in. Anyway, looks like maybe camera number 2, the one on the left hand side, is faulty, and that's why I couldn't get any vertical alignment on the machine. That's going to be replaced. That's being sent out, a new one from China to EMLogic. They're going to install a new one and see if that fixes the problem. Look, there was a lot wrong with the machine and it was no one's fault. It looks like it took some damage during shipping. EMLogic have been fantastic trying to help me out. They really have. And look, a lot of you know me. I'm pretty straight to the point. I'm pretty unforgiving. I've got very high expectations and I generally don't let anything slide. And so the fact that Ramsey is still talking to me at EMLogic, I think shows a lot about his character. So thanks, Ramsey. The folks at Neoden were also bending over backwards as much as they could to help me out. You know, they were on Skype with me chatting. We had the head of sales of Neoden drove to over an hour to one of their factories to get an engineer there to do a live WeChat video conference with me and Ramsey while they were stepping me through recalibrating the machine from scratch like they do it in the factory, and checking things like pulling cameras off and looking at those and trying all the things that the engineer in China would do if they were trying to ascertain what was wrong with the machine. And we did all of that via a WeChat video conference call. So I can't fault Neoden at all in this, and I can't fault EMLogic. It just is what it is. But I seem to be allergic to Neoden products. Or Neoden seems to be allergic to me. Because my pick and place is gone, and I thought, oh, great, well, I need to manually build some more panels, which I've been doing, and I know, I'll unpack my new Neoden IN6 reflow oven, I'll get that set up, and I'll do a really cool unboxing for you all, and I will reflow my manually placed tiny picos in my new reflow oven. Yes! No! No, it's not working properly. So it's probably just really old firmware. I'm 99.999% convinced it's a firmware issue. But it's not working properly. It's not moving through the machine at the right pace. It's not getting to the temperatures I'm setting. It's frustrating. Ugh! I think I'm just destined not to own any Neoden products. I would love to. When I saw the S1 for the first time, I decided that it was the machine I wanted. I fell in love with it. When I saw the IN6 for the first time, it was the reflow oven I always wanted. It was perfect for me. It runs on 240 volts or 110 for those of you not in Australia, and it only requires a single phase. It doesn't require multi or three-phase power, which is extremely unusual for a conveyor belt reflow oven. Now, the way they get around that is by making it take a really long time to get up to temperature, like 25-30 minutes. But then it holds its temperature and it's fine. But yeah, this one's just not working. It's working, but it's, yeah. Something's wrong. It's a firmware issue. Ramsey's looking into whether there's a firmware update for it. But I am just destined not to own any Neoden products, which sucks. So that's it. That's the update. The S1 is gone. The IN6 is in limbo while I wait till Monday to find out if there's any new firmware for it. There is a programming header on the board that's buried inside the machine that looks really awkward to get to, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need an ST-Link connector to do that, and I don't have one. So that's going to be interesting. But if there's a firmware update available for it, if there's an easier way to flash it, I will gladly do that because I would like to use this oven because it's really cool and I'd love to show you a video about it. If not, then it's getting packed up and going back. There's kind of a repetitive thing happening here, right? Yeah. So, I still need to find a new pick and place machine. I don't need to find a new reflow oven. I've got 2 toaster ovens. Well, I've got 1 assembled toaster oven. I've got my T962A that I've been doing all my reflowing on for my tiny pico production anyway, which I've modified and tuned the heck out of, and it's running quite well. The only problem with it is you can only do 2 boards at a time, and it's got that whole heat up and cool down cycle, and it's quite slow, so I've often got boards banked up that I need to get into the oven. So the whole idea of the IN6 was, as a conveyor belt, I just keep putting boards on. Doesn't matter, I don't have to wait for one board to finish while another board goes on, and they all just feed out the end into a little catching tray, which is really cute. Maybe one day I'll get to show you a video. Okay, that's it. That's the update. Thank you everyone in my stream last week that were throwing out ideas about what all the things could be, what the noise might be. Some people were suggesting some power issues. Some people correctly pointed out the vacuum pumps. It's just a matter of identifying which one. Lots of people were talking to me about, measuring the physical space to try to get an accurate picture of whether the actual head was moving the right amount and all sorts of stuff. Look, there was stacks of suggestions and they were all great. I wasn't necessarily in the headspace to listen to them all on Wednesday, but I did go back, go through the chat again. I've had stacks of people email me. That just goes to show it's the type of people that, I've got in this community, just amazingly generous people. And so thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your support and your suggestions and your emails and your comments. It's just been really good, really great, quite humbling. But this is the end of the Neoden journey, I think, for me. It's just not looking good. Not looking good. Stay tuned for the next part of my pick and place journey. Don't know what it's going to be. If you're new here, please subscribe. Don't forget to click the alarm bell to be notified when I've got new videos coming out. And make sure when you click it, do that double click or drop down thing that actually tells YouTube that you want to be notified when I've got new videos coming out. Not that first click that does nothing. Yep. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. That'd be awesome. To my patrons, I've got a stack of new patrons over the last few weeks. Welcome to you all. I think I'm 110 or 111 now. Yeah. you're all amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I was going to say happy pick and placing, but there's no pick and placing happening. So just, yeah, happy times or something. Catch you later. Bye.